Alicia, and I'm with the Black Commission in Jacksonville, Florida. And you are joining us today on the Black Commission Sharing Space. Welcome, everybody. Yay. We have a special guest with us today, Just Dave. Just Dave, where? I know you're on the West Coast, but where are you coming from exactly?
I'm from Altadena, which is about 20 minutes out of Los Angeles, just a little north, close to the mountains.
Wow. Okay. Well,
hmm
welcome.
How's
Thank you for
No
joining us.
problem. I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
Yes. So just Dave, we actually, I know my first encounter was at our We Are One Summit, and you graced us with that beautiful song, I Salute You.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was a song that was dedicated to the Black Lives Matter movement. Just tell us a little bit about what inspired you to write that piece and do the video. I mean, it was great.
Just everything that was happening in our country. It's kind of hard to just sit, play second fiddle, right? When you talk about creating change, you can't just
Mhm.
sit back and hope that it happens. You got to actually put your best foot forward, lead by example. I think that's really important, and especially just the little things. Someone says an inappropriate joke. They're kind of looking for a chuckle and don't do it. Just kind of shrug your shoulders and let them know that it's not appreciated because just even that little bit of encouragement, just it just takes a spark to start a fire. So, let's not even spark nothing. But yeah, I actually I come from a interracial relationship. My wife is African American, so my kids are mixed, obviously, and so just and I just want everyone to be on the level, a same level playing field to have a chance to succeed in life. So, I'm just trying to do my part.
Well, thank you. So how long have you been recording? Like I read a little bit like that you were influenced by hip hop, like the origins of hip hop. You like old school with it. So
Yeah,
just tell
yeah.
me like what inspired you to do your music and
Oh yeah, no
any
problem. So yeah, I'm a '70s baby, so I'm an older gentleman, and I've been doing music a long time, and my dreams of artistry actually died many moons ago, but the passion of music never did, and so I continue to make music, write music, engineer. I manage a few people and stuff, and just as I started getting older, I just wanted to make my album. It's a bucket list type thing, and I didn't know what was going to come of it, but I did it, and all the emotions came from deep within, and people are just really resonating to it, and it's doing really well, and all just to put something out there that I wanted to do as a bucket list, and it's just really taking a life of its own, and again, people are really relating to the music, and it's just doing its thing.
nice. So just a little bit about the Black Commission. So it's
hmm
our mission to educate the Black community on issues, amendments, laws, writing laws, um, relating to education, healthcare, mental health, economics, and law enforcement. And we also want to hold our politicians, all of our elected officials to the fire. We want transparency, and we go out our way to advocate and protect really the interests of the Black community. Um, in your life, like this song, we talked about the song, which was great. Have you done any other type of advocacy, or have you been involved with any other things?
Actually, just through my company, United Parcel Service,
Nice.
I do a lot of community outreach. Most of the centers that I work in is in the African community, African American community, Latino community, and stuff. So we do. I go and I paint schools. We do reading. Through my career, I actually help preteens, 12, 13 year olds right up in there start learning about driving safety and just distracted driving and those kinds of things. I've coached, I refereed to give back and be a part of the community and stuff. So most definitely, without a doubt. So not particularly, I would say, just for the Black Lives Matter movement or nothing like that, but just injustice, trying to help the youth in our communities and stuff. Just try to be definitely a pillar in the community for sure.
Nice. I guess my next question: have you had any personal stories as far as being discriminated against, or in your personal life that you want to share, and maybe how you came to like a solution or a resolution with that?
I think everyone's have, their brush with some kind of racism or, profiling to some degree. I know when I was younger, for sure, especially whenever my hair was cut real short, I would definitely get pulled over more than not. So yeah, for sure, without a doubt. But there is a part of the song that is actually it's kind of crazy because within my own life, my wife actually the first time she met my parents, my mom, she said my mother told my wife that we didn't want no black people in our family, and
Mm-hmm.
that was something that my wife kind of harbored for such a long time, and it caused its problems and stuff. And when she finally told me, I had to go and have a conversation with my mother and let her know it wasn't cool. And so I told her that that since her grandbabies are black, that she was didn't have no grandbabies. You know what I mean? Since she didn't want black people in her life, so it caused a little ripple effect, just like the song says. But through love and time, everything got healed, and we all overcame it, and we were able to grow from it, help each other. But again, that's exactly what the song's about. Like I could have very easily well just kind of a spank on the hand, but it had to be something deeper, man, to really force change. And I think I did it. I mean, you can't change the tiger stripes or nothing like that, but it's definitely some lines drawn in the sand, and I think that's exactly what needs to happen in order to make the change. But you know, good always prevails. That's for sure.
Right. Would you I guess my question is, would you consider yourself as someone heavily involved as in politics or anything like that at the moment?
Nah, not at all. Actually, you know what I mean. I do my part and I vote. I try and help out as much as I can. I'm so caught up in just work and music. I'm so consumed with stuff. So, my politicking is really just at the poll, voicing my opinion when I'm asked. You know what I mean. I'm not out there soliciting nothing, but if someone cares to ask, I don't mind. Trying to direct someone in the right direction, or at least let them know what I know to help make an informed decision. But yeah, just now, don't get me wrong. If there's a cause, I was out there a couple of times during the marches and stuff. You know what I mean? For both, pro work, obviously the Black Lives Matter movement with George Floyd that was happening, the whole Latino, thing with them being captive and stuff at the border. So yeah, I definitely do my part. But yeah, I'm not calling nobody and having people sign petitions,
Okay.
nothing like that. Yeah.
Now we do those things, but that's okay. I actually have a question. I heard you say pro work, and are you do you have a small business at the moment? Would you consider your music as a small business or
Yeah, no,
anything?
actually, absolutely. Yeah, I've been an entrepreneur, excuse me, ever since I can remember. I mean, as soon as I was able to kind of start working, I read a book called The Secret Millionaire, and it basically just teaches you about, self employment and being a sole proprietor and being able to write off taxes and just really kind of keep your money and reinvest in yourself and stuff. So I've been doing it for a long time. So I actually have a mother company called Midnight Love Products, and I just started selling like oils and candles, that kind of stuff. And that just expanded and got bigger. And that's still my parent company. But then I have a lot of different DBAs, and one of them being my music label, which is hustlermusic.net. So that's, an umbrella under it. But I have worked with my company for 31 years. Parcel service. That's what pays the bills. That's what takes care of my family. But yeah, without a doubt, there's always something to do, for sure.
I hear that. I hear that. I know something else we kind of touch on within the commission is ownership and control, essentially. I mean, and when we say that, just like you were talking about entrepreneurship, things like that, just being able to invest in yourself, invest in your family. Can you talk a little bit more, maybe about things you want to leave behind for your family, or is that something I'm assuming that may have motivated you to go down that path of entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. I mean, my wife and I are really trying to break a whole lot of cycles within our own family. I mean, her and I have, what I'd like to think is a very successful, one of the best successful relationships in our, families and stuff. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of examples to go to see when times got hard, what happened, because I see it. They didn't stay together. So, we're trying to break that. I was the first in my generation to graduate high school. My daughters have, I got one that's already graduated college. My daughter, my middle child's in her third year. My son is a senior in high school, he's doing all kinds of applications. So, really excited to see where he's going. So, yes, absolutely. Leaving a legacy behind. Unfortunately, um, I don't want my parents to die no time soon, but when they do, when that time does come, right, it's not planned, but it is going to happen. I'll be lucky if I get left a bill, let alone some kind of inheritance or something. So, uh,
Okay.
not saying it like that, but I do want to break the chain of poverty and stuff, and yes, leave something with my for my kids and the generations to come. So we work in gardens in the communities to be able to teach, about the economics and I mean the ecosystems and the just the whole green thing that's happening in our world and stuff with the global warming and everything. So there's definitely a lot of stuff going on, but being able to leave down a legacy, which starts with just being happy, right? Keeping God first, making sure that you look out for your neighbors. God blesses us to be blessings to others. So, these are just some of the things that I want to make sure that I don't just leave my kids, but all of the kids in the neighborhoods that I fathered, from the coaching, just being an example and trying to put my best foot forward and showing them that hard work works
Right. That's much needed too. Hard work works. I
all the
like that.
time, right, Alicia?
Yes. I heard you say gardening. That's interesting as
Yeah.
well. So what, tell us more about the gardening and how that came about.
Okay. Well, I mean, my kids, I just try and encourage whatever they like to do and stuff. And when they were younger, we'd go to Home Depot or some to get something, whatever, and they want to get some plants. So I encourage them to get out there. But it started off with probably about 12 years ago or so. The elementary school my kids were going, they just needed some help. They wanted some to do something different to get the kids, activated on the Saturdays and Sundays and stuff. So we created a community garden, and we are there digging up the soil and planting the first seeds and stuff, and just kind of maintaining the maintenance of it and stuff. So, just trying to teach the kids about, not it's more than just the garden, right? It's the commitment that it takes to get out there and do it all the time, when it's hot, when it's cold, when you want to watch cartoons, or when you got something fun to do. Just teaches you about sacrifice and being dedicated. So at a young age, you plant those seeds, and that's really the seeds that I wanted to sow in the young kids.
Nice. So I'm picking up on some things. Sacrifice, hard work.
Hmm.
What would you say, or give us like something that you had to sacrifice to become successful?
I mean, the number one thing is just time. I mean, nothing that you, well, I don't want to say nothing you want to do, because, when you're on a path of success, right, you have goals. And so when you sacrifice, I don't really look at it as a negative thing, because, ultimately I'm doing what I need to do to reach my goal. So, sacrifices, it comes down to perception. It could be a negative thing if you look at it, but, when you're really concentrating on the prize and what it is that you're trying to do, it's not a setback. It's a setup for something great, for something that's on the horizon, and you're closer than you think. And these are just things you got to tell yourself all the time. You got to be able to pick yourself up, stay up, be Mr. Silver Lining, find the good in everything, and just kind of keep it pushing, because life will eat you up and spit you out. So you just definitely got to believe that there's a higher purpose. There's something that's in the wind, that's going to push you when you need a little nudge forward. You just, when you have faith, and you have everything.
That's real. I think for me, I'm going through that phase, and I think a lot of people now are just, we've gotten so used to, I'm a millennial, okay? So just gotten so used to kind of instant gratification.
Yeah.
You see it, you want it now, that's it. So I think we're losing a lot of that hard work, perseverance, seeing the bigger vision, seeing past our small downfalls, and that's, I could go on about that. I mean, it's tough, but when you don't have that purpose you mentioned and that vision, then you're going to be stagnant.
Yeah, you could definitely get complacent without a doubt. You know, I mean, I guess you just gotta want. You know what I mean? It's dreaming is the same as a goal. It's the same as, you know. It's just you put it in motion, it becomes reality. So when dreams become reality, you know, it's really a work in motion. You gotta say it, you gotta believe it, you gotta work towards it, and whatever your status is, you know, you just probably just want to get a little. You just always want to elevate, and so you got to kind of leapfrog. But it is, you know, when you do get comfortable, it's easy, and that's why there's not a lot of people that could be great because they settle for being good, right? And there's nothing wrong with good, right? There's nothing wrong with good, but just not everybody pushes for greatness. That's all.
Got it. So, what is the future for Just Dave?
Well, I mean, you know, it remains to be seen, obviously, but I'm looking at just a few years to my retirement from my company, so that's good. So you know, regardless of what happens with my music, I plan on traveling with my wife. I plan on, you know, going to see my boy play ball, whatever colleges he goes to and stuff, and visiting my daughters on their endeavors, and just, you know, really enjoying life. Stopping to smell the roses, taking, you know, walks with my girl, drinking wine and foreign places and stuff. So that's what we're really looking forward to doing some traveling. But as far as my music, I guess that's going to be up to people like yourself, Alicia, and others that, you know, either they're going to understand and feel my music and continue to rock with me, and it'll just take a life of its own the way it's doing, or it fizzes out and I just keep making music because it's what I love to do and live happily ever after.
All right. And I think so. We are going to end a little bit early, quite a bit early, but had another question. So,
Sure.
when it's time for you, you know, like we said, everyone has to leave
Mm-hmm.
this realm, meet our
Mm-hmm.
maker. What
Mm-hmm.
imprint do you want to make? Like, what do you want people to say about Just Dave?
I mean, that he had a good time. Wherever
Okay.
I'm at, just he was the life of the party. And they don't have to say I'm the life of the party, but, you know, just he had fun, man. He enjoyed life to the fullest. I wanted the only thing that I'm really kind of afraid of, right? And that is just that I didn't give it my all. That's it. If I gave it my all, man, then I die with a smile on my face. You know what I mean? That's all you could ever ask for. But, you know, when you held back, when you could have done something but you didn't, you know, those kinds of the things that you regret in life, because you never know. And so I don't want to have that. I don't want to have no regrets. I just want to get out there, put my best foot forward, like I said, grind till I shine, but at the end of the day, enjoy doing it. I mean, I work in a pretty high stress environment in the logistics company and stuff, but at the end of the day, I control the things that I control. I do it, right. I manage them and I make it work. The things that I can't, I can't. So I don't let them stress me out. You know what I mean? I plan to try and make it not happen again. But if it does, it does. There's nothing I can do about it, and that's just how life is. So the things that come my way, I sidestep the bad to get around to get to the goods, and, you know, just keep a smile on my face. And again, with the faith in my heart, man, there's just nothing that I can't overcome. So I just keep looking the high road and doing what's right. I'm gonna keep making music from the heart, and hopefully, I touch people. Hopefully, I can heal a couple, keep a couple relationships together. If I could do that, even better than money, it was worth it. And the "I Salute You" song, and with what you're doing with the Black Commission, I definitely salute you guys. The way you're bringing the politics up, keeping the families home, working in the communities, just everything you're doing, God sees it, man, and so does the rest of the people that you influence and touch. And haters are gonna hate, so you're not gonna be able to please everybody. But at the end of the day, as long as you touch one person, then it's worth what you're doing. And that's what I really appreciate. And thank you for having me a couple of weeks back at your summit. Thank you for having me today. I just really appreciate what's going on. And Greg, the behind the scenes man, appreciate you, big dog.
Well, I've been going through a lot of things lately, and I'm just trying to find my way up out the dark. You feel me? And I'll be damned if I'ma let a hard time change me. I'm trying to find my way up out the dark. I know you gotta feel me, feel me, feel me, feel me.
Just prayers, condolences from everybody
Well, I've
that's
been
been
going
affected
through a lot of
by
things
police brutality,
lately,
racism in any way,
and I'm just trying to find my way up out the dark.
and just any injustice. It don't matter the form.
I'll be damned if I'ma let a hard time change me. I'm trying to find my way up out the dark. I know you gotta feel me.
I salute you, man. It ain't
feel
easy, you know what I
me.
mean? I salute you. All the people that take that stance, that look they folks in the eyes and say, I don't give a damn. Knowing there's a ripple effect and you might die alone, man. Causing people to give into what's easy, not what's pleasing to your soul. Type of feeling you could only feel in your bones. This is for my soldiers on the front line that fight the good fight. That can be the light, not the dark. Maybe be the spark that change comes. Our world torn apart, and it really comes down to the haves and the has not. But as for me and my home, I will serve the Lord. Love my wife for rich or poor, and grind to make sure my seeds have so much more. So I hustle till I'm sore. The change starts from my core. Turning my back on them, you the line, make them feel your roar. Believe when I told the man in the mirror, you're so much more. And no Black Lives Matter, and Lady Liberty couldn't be sadder. So I salute you for making your stance matter. I love you.
Well, I've been going
so
through a
strong.
lot of things lately,
I can't believe how strong you are
and I'm just trying to find my way up out the dark.
for making the change.
Feel
The
me.
change starts with you. Don't protest and not
I'll
mean
be
it, you know what I
damned
mean?
if
You
I'ma
gotta
let
live
a
that
hard
life.
time change me.
It's not what you're saying, it's not what you're doing.
I'm trying to
It's
find
how
my
you
way
live.
up out the dark. I know you gotta feel me.
Did you really change?
Feel me, feel me.
Question: have you been racist? Do you prejudge by the shades of men's faces? Do you assume I have criminal cases, or do you see me for the man that I am? Afro-American man taking a stand. Come take my hand and let's change the situation in this nation. I'm pacing, contemplating, erasing separation. We came so far from segregation. It feels like the gates of heaven will hold our reparations.
I've been
Dear
going
God,
through a lot of things lately, and I'm just trying to find my way up out the dark. You feel me? I'll be damned if I'ma let a hard time change me. I'm trying to find my way up out the dark. I know you gotta feel me. Feel me, feel me, feel me.
is my sin, my skin?
God's gonna watch over us.
My skin, my sin.
Even when you think about yourself, you're never alone. This song is about healing, about acceptance in yourself, really, though, because you're the only one that you can control. You're your own responsibility, you know what I mean? I salute you. Take the stance, but believe in it. I salute you.